What's up, Josh? We're here at Race City. We are in our finest 172, and we're about to start a flight lesson. Let me see if I can show where we're located. How would we refer to where we're parked?
Yeah, so we call this the lower parking area.
Yep. Is there any difference between being parked here in this spot or being parked along that line over there? How would we refer to that?
I actually don't know.
No, it's just lower parking.
Okay. Okay, so they're both lower parking.
They're both lower parking.
Okay.
Where else is there to park?
So we have an upper parking area as well where we can fit maybe 4 or 5 airplanes.
We have already pre-flighted the plane. We're checking the radio. What's our radio frequency here at Lake Norman?
We have 122.8.
The next thing on our checklist says Runup. Would we do our Runup right here?
Here we go. I think we should go somewhere else.
So what would the radio call be now at this point in our lesson?
Yeah, so now that we're ready for a run-up, we call Lake Norman traffic, Skyhawk 239 Sierra Papa, taxiing from lower parking to run up Lake Norman.
We'll see you at the Runup. All right, Josh, we have stopped here at Runup. Is there any reason we've stopped before that intersection?
Yeah, so the reason that we stop before the intersection in the back here is primarily to make sure that people in those hangars can get out, and then also for some noise abatement. The sound of our engine and our run-up can be blocked by that little hill right there. So that's why we stop right here.
We wouldn't want to do our run-up holding short of the runway where our engine's facing the backyard of those people over there. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we stop a little bit before there so that cars can drive in and out since there are students coming and going. And so we don't want to pull all the way up right there. We've finished our run-up. What would we say?
Lake Norman traffic, Skyhawk 239er Sierra Papa, taxiing from run-up to runway 32, Lake Norman.
So you may have noticed we went off of the taxiway center line on the way up here, but that was on purpose. Why might we do that?
Yeah, on these high wing Cessnas, and make sure that the wing is behind the final approach path so we can lean forward and make sure nobody is landing.
Yeah. Okay, let's start with just if we're taking off 3-2, what would that radio call sound like?
We'll just announce Lake Norman traffic, Skyhawk 239 Sierra Papa is taking off runway 32, Lake Norman.
We're here at the approach end of runway 14. Now, it's very atypical for us to take off of runway 14. Why is that?
Yeah, the main reason we want to avoid it is it's an upslope. So unless we have a pretty strong headwind favoring 14, we'll typically use 3-2 as our standard takeoff runway.
We have landed runway 32 because the winds are favoring landing runway 32, which means we're going to land and we're going to end up here at this larger block of asphalt. What are we doing down here?
When we're holding short here at these hold short bars, we're technically clear of the runway, so we can call clear, let any other traffic land, and then we can either choose to take off or we can back taxi to just get back and park at the FBO.
Yeah, so this gives us the space to do a little U-turn.
That's right. Once we have determined the area is clear, we make the call that we are back taxiing on the runway.
What would that call sound like?
The call would sound like Lake Norman traffic, Skyhawk 239 Sierra Papa is back taxiing runway 32, Lake Norman.
We have just landed 14. We have pulled off the taxiway. We have cleared the hold short bars. What radio call are we making?
Yeah, so now that we're clear of the runway, we're going to announce Lake Norman traffic, Skyhawk 239 Sierra Papa is clear runway 14, taxiing to lower parking or upper parking, Lake Norman.
We have taxied back to our parking spot. We completed our post-flight checklist, and that will conclude our flight or lesson here at Lake Norman. We hope to train with you soon.